Good evening, everyone. My name is Tiffany Dyer, and tonight I will be speaking about termination with my client. So, when it came to termination with my client, I did feel a little bit nervous about the process. Because of all the work that we have done together, I was mostly concerned about like how my client was going to react. Um, and it was a little bit emotional, but we did come back to full circle for her to understand, like, yo, like, this is like what's gonna happen in the future sessions and stuff. I believe it was like a little bit more emotional for her on her end because of the fact that in the beginning, when us first initially met, she was transitioned to my caseload due to like personal situations from another therapist. So for her coming into like my caseload and the way how she grew and the amount of goals that she was able to accomplish, it was a lot of work that was done. And I do hope, like, when she is transitioned to her new permanent therapist, they'll be able to do more goals and complete more things together. Um, I did feel like it was a bittersweet moment saying goodbye though. Um, but yeah, looking back on it, I felt like I handled it well because from the beginning I did let my client know that we may like our sessions are going to be cut short eventually. But I didn't want to overwhelm my client by constantly reminding them because they do have anxiety. So I didn't want to constantly, like, remind them and then they felt anxious about, like, the termination process. I didn't want them to be stressed. I didn't want to cause unnecessary stress for them. Um, but I feel like being a little bit more proactive towards the ending, maybe like 3 weeks beforehand, would have been a little bit more better on my side. And I feel like that's something that I would do in like, for like my next future clients that I would be working with. As for terminating with my practicum instructor, um, to be honest with you, I feel like I have learned so much in this program, and I'm very grateful for the things that I have done. Um, I feel like the main thing that I would like to receive is more advice to how to become a better and more seasoned and wiser social worker in the future. I know like the next steps now is to take the exam, but sometimes I do get a little bit of test anxiety, so I would like to seek advice on knowing how do you how do you go about that part of it, like taking the exam, not being nervous, and just like pushing forward with that. um I feel like when it comes to my agency, it's very important to leave on a positive note. And I have learned a lot with my agency. They have seasoned me very well into the field, and I'm very grateful and thankful that I was able to learn social work on this level of micro social work, if you want to say it like that, but also to just learn to communicate with others on the social media end, learning how to provide resources for other people that's on social media. That was like a very key eye point for me that I was able to do, and I'm very grateful that I was able to help and participate in that way. Creating blogs, allowing people to just read and feeling acknowledged in these certain seasons and times that's happening. Um, I'm very grateful, and I do look forward to like collaborating with them in the future, as well as seeking mentorship too. And finally, like terminating with my classmates and my instructor. Well, guys, we are finally here at the end. We have done a lot of work, and all this work is not, we didn't do it for no reason. We have come to the end and we have accomplished so much, and I'm very happy and grateful that I was able to meet all of you guys. Professor, I'm very grateful for having you in both of my internships. I'm very grateful for learning so much. And yeah, I'm just here to just keep pushing forward. And that's all I want to do is just keep pushing forward so I could be the better social worker and be the better version of myself. And I want to be a better professional. And my season and my goal is to take the exam and to become licensed. So I hope to see you guys in the future during graduation. And I hope to see you guys also too in the future, so that way I can call you guys for like resources and like, referrals. So yeah. Yeah. That's my video on termination. Thank you guys for listening.